Hi there, welcome to my channel. It's Cindy here, and today we're doing another sourdough discard recipe. So you've started the sourdough journey, but you always have this discard and don't know what to do with it. Well, today I'm showing you how to make some delicious crackers. So this recipe is quite simple. You just need 1 cup of sourdough starter. Ideally you would use inactive like you discard starter, but also you can use active starter. So if you see here in the smaller jar, I've got this bubbling active starter, and in the larger jar it's my discard, and I'm actually going to use both of them, so I'll use half and half in this recipe. So this is basically a very easy recipe, and you only need just 3 main ingredients: your starter, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and a little bit of salt, like 1/4 of a teaspoon. And then that's it. And then you can optionally add other things on top, but we'll get to that later. For now, I just want to remind you to hit that like button if you hadn't already. And if you're not subscribed also, if you consider subscribing, I'm really trying to grow my channel, and that will obviously help a lot. But yeah, back to our recipe. This is my favorite way of using the discard. It's very quick, very simple, and it's something that's not sweet, and everyone from my little 1-year-old toddler to my husband loves this loves this recipe, loves this these crackers. So anyway, yes, you mix your starter, your salt, and then you basically just mix it up, and then you're gonna put it in a baking sheet that's actually covered with parchment paper. But here I'm just showing you the optional toppings that you can put. So you've got some cheese, there's pepper, this is some dried onions that I made, this is everything bagel spice, and also that's garlic powder. So the garlic powder and the onion powder I made from scratch, and then cheese, and just bought from the store. So depending on the type of baking sheet that you use, you either just do one batch, you'll make one batch of crackers. But like for me, the baking sheet that I have is not, the one that's actually big is not strong enough to withstand the temperature, so I'm gonna do 2 batches, and that also helps when I want to actually change the flavors. So here it is. This is, I think it's actually a roasting pan, and ideally you'd want to use something that's a bit more flat, because you'll see when you have to cut out the shapes, those sides, they actually they can be a nuisance. So anyway, you just spread it over. Like this one was actually a bit thick, which made it really difficult to spread. But anyway, once you're done, you're gonna put it in the oven, which has been preheated to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes until it's just firm enough but not too crispy, because then you're gonna want to cut it out again. So whilst I was doing that, whilst I was baking, I worked on the second batch. I put in just a little bit of water and made it a bit more runny. So with this batch, I'm actually going to season it with onion powder and garlic powder, and then I'll put everything bagel spice on top. So I made that one pretty different. Oh yes, I did put a little bit of pepper, but that's basically optional. Like sometimes we'll just do the salt, butter, and then that's it. They still taste very delicious. And now that the crackers are out, as you can see, they're just slightly golden, firm enough to cut but not too crispy, otherwise they will crack. And then you just take like a pizza cutter. I've got a pastry cutter here, and then you just choose whatever design that you want. So I use that I don't know, the curvy side, I don't know what to call it, but and then I did like diamond shapes, and then put it in the oven for another about 5 to 7 minutes until it was golden brown. But unfortunately I don't have footage of that because I went to pick up the kids, and a lot of things happened. We had to make supper, and this is what my kitchen was looking like. So you can actually see there is that second batch. Just being real, guys, this is behind the scene footage. So seeing as this was hours later, the dough actually, or the batter, it's more like a batter, yeah, it was actually quite bubbly because yeah, remember it mixed half inactive starter and half like actually fed starter, and then it actually gave the dough the batter a nice flavor, because then the yeah, let me show you those bubbles there, you can see them. Yeah, so it made them less soury, because when it's fed it's not so sour, and it just gave it a nice flavor because the onion powder and the garlic, it had time to actually mix with the batter. But anyway, yes, so then I sprinkled the everything bagel seasoning on top, and then yeah, it's basically the same process. Pop it in the oven for 10 minutes, take it out, cut out the shapes, and then put it back in again until it's golden brown. And yeah, this time around my family didn't eat. So whilst I was when I was filming the first batch, it was like in the afternoon, and then I had to go and collect my younger kids from school, and then afterwards when I came back with supper and everything, like my husband and my sons just saw the crackers. Usually obviously I make it for my family and it's for them to eat, and then they just came and took everything. I'm like, I hadn't even gotten like footage for my video. So I only have a picture of the second batch, but as you can see, it's actually, yeah, it's done, it's golden, and you just wait for it to cool completely, about, I don't know, 10 minutes. They're quite thin, so they don't take long to cook, but you need to make sure that they are cool before you pack them in an airtight container. If you see that jar, usually we'll fill it up, but these guys, like I said, they already ate some. So basically that's it. These are your sourdough discard crackers, and it's a great way to have like a savory snack. My baby loves them, my family just loves them, and like I'm actually doing this Mother's Day weekend, so this is actually a great Mother's Day gift. You can just make it, and then yeah, that was a taste test. So you can just make it, and then pack it in a little jar or a little container. Like I get these jars at the thrift store for like a bargain price, 10 rand, sometimes even lower. And then yes, you can put a nice ribbon or just as is, and then just gift your mom or a special woman in your life this Mother's Day weekend. So I guess this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting my channel. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments if you do make this recipe or what you like to do with your sourdough discard. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.